Woz!
Hi.
Woz!
Hi. Yeah, I'm in the living room.
Hey, good news.
Huh. Let me guess, your bosses like the video game.
They loved it.
Ooh, $350. That's not bad.
Woz, do we have to have mice?
Come on, I like mice. This is Irving.
Hey, man, you are putting poison into your body.
Hey, come on. Give me those. That's French fries, ma'am.
That's what I mean.
French fries, all American food. Come on. I can't eat like you do. Eating fruit a long time? That's weird.
What are you working on?
I'm writing jokes for my dial-a-joke machine. I've got some really good, funny Polish jokes, which work because I'm Polish. Hang on, tell me what you think of this one. Ready? What is long and hard that a Polish bride gets on her wedding night? A new last name.
That's hilarious.
It's pretty good, isn't it? Oh, wait, you gotta listen to this. I got a great one today.
Hey, did you hear the one about the drunk who came staggering out of the subway and said, "Man, I got lost in some guy's basement. You should have seen the set of trains he had." A new joke with Zach in the Bay Area dial-a-joke.
I'm telling you right now, I've been homebrew. I understand the caliber of people who speak there. I'm not one of those people.
I'm telling you, this thing is amazing. You're gonna be great, Woz.
Steve, could you do me a favor? Could you just please slow down a little bit so that I feel like there's a chance we might actually get there alive? I got a new book of Polish jokes. Man, it'll keep me going for years. Why? It makes people laugh. You know, I got people phoning in every day just to hear my latest joke. It makes their day better.
Are you sure this thing is even gonna work?
Doesn't catch fire.
Don't even joke.
I like jokes. Jokes make me feel good. It's quite fascinating, actually. The logic board is rather complex, especially compared to some of the other boards here, including, of course, the Altair. And as you can see, it's much smaller and cheaper to manufacture and build, which by using dynamic RAM, we were able to shrink the size of the board substantially.
So it works with your television?
Yes. It will work on any television or video monitor. All you need is a radio frequency converter to display the images from your microprocessor to your said output device.
I was really nervous that day we walked in with my little homemade computer. But I got a real charge out of it. I mean, all those guys coming over and wanting to talk to me.
Memory devices. Yeah, look at that. The schematics we have.
What is this thing? Check it out. First computer you're ever gonna see.
And it'll run BASIC. It will also run BASIC, which I think could be a great. So, I guess that wraps it up. Thank you very much for your time. This was terrific. Good luck. Tough crowd.
Good evening, gentlemen. I'm Frank. And we're here with reduced instruction set computing CPU.
I was never any good at talking to people in those days. But Steve, he was amazing.
Every night. You should think about Alexander Graham Bell when he heard his first ring, because that's about as revolutionary as this idea is right here. What's he talking about, the Altair? Yeah. I never had a problem with the Altair, so I tried to use it.
It was like all of a sudden we found out what we wanted to do with our lives. It was all we ever wanted.
For 30.
I asked for 50 computers. That's keyboards, cases, monitors, and power included, not just boards.
Just boards. Excuse me, just boards. These are state of the art. The logic boards alone are. Nobody's making anything like this. They're what? How dare you? How dare you?
I think what my colleague is saying is that you're not seeing the possibilities here. That is indeed one unbelievably kick-ass computer.
Not to the consumer.
Well, then maybe your consumer should start to learn how to operate, how to even work that.
Listen,
don't you
boys, you sold me on a home computer. That's a keyboard and monitor. This is a board. Now, I'm sure this makes a very capable starter kit, but the everyday person, the kind of person that's not an engineer or in a computer club like you, they're not gonna know what the hell this is.
We sold 50. IBM has got to be loading in their pants.
You know, Steve, I don't even think IBM knows who we are.
Good. This is guerrilla warfare. They're the enemy.
They are? I used to think maybe Steve was born obsessed with wiping out IBM. And in a way, you could see why. I mean, in those days, as far as we were concerned, IBM was practically like the Pentagon.
I'm in there making 100 phone calls. Rod is slaving away. The kid always finds something to do, and God knows Woz pulls his weight.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a whole lot of weight.
That kind of hurts my feelings.
William E.W.
Sold it. $1,350. We're on our way.
Oh, Steve!
What? What's the problem?
I don't know if I could build these things.
Hey, Waz, like I assume we're speaking the same language, right?
Dan, Elizabeth, I'm not speaking Swahili, am I?
Because I'm here to inform you that our universe is unfolding.
I know, but I still don't think I can build them. You know I work for Hewlett-Packard sometimes, right?
Yeah, and?
And my dad pointed it out. They get first chance in anything I invent.
What?
Look, I can't help it. It's right there on the paper I signed when I started working there.
Damn it, Waz! Get our shot, our destiny, and now we gotta turn it all over to these businessmen!
Some people are still wondering why Steve insisted on that name.
You want to call a computer Lisa? Isn't that your baby's? What's her name? Arlene. Isn't that Arlene's baby's name?
Other guys here have a daughter's name, Lisa.
Steve, you got a baby up there you don't even want to talk about. I mean, it looks sort of...
Sort of what?
Drinking a beer, huh? Tomorrow's a big day for you.
For us.
For us.
You demolished that guy.
You want me to go apologize to that guy?
Well, he probably left. You know, Steve, there's things you probably have to get past with me. But I'm telling you, there's things that I have to get past with you.
Mike told me about what happened with Bill and Dan and Chris and Steve. Why'd you do it?
People say stuff about you sometimes, and I don't listen to them because I know you. I mean, I excuse stuff because we're friends.
It's not my job to be nice to people. It's my job to make them better. They don't deserve it.
Then who the hell does?
It's worth it. It is. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it.
Do you know how this company works? Do you want to know? I'd be happy to teach you.
We should have given stock to the other guys, Steve. Like Dan. I mean, Dan's been with us since we started, and you didn't set aside any stock for him. Steve, I'm gonna give Dan some of my stock.
Yeah, is Arlene there?
We gotta do the right thing.
What? So what are you doing here?
Good to see you too, Steve. I'm leaving, Steve.
Okay.
No, Steve. I'm leaving Apple.
Why?
We both knew this was coming for some time. I don't even remember the last time we talked.
Steve! What the hell is this? I don't understand this. You got the Mac people against the Apple II people? They're beating each other up.
It's amazing, huh? People want to be shaped, molded.
I don't want to shape anybody, Steve. This isn't fun anymore.
Maybe fun is just fragments of existence with better packaging.
I don't make jokes anymore. I told you a long time ago, I like jokes.
Just the top guys, the ones who are getting laid off.
Listen, okay? Last year, Apple lost $1 billion. I don't even know how that's possible. You were less than 90 days from being insolvent. I had 3 different accountants try to explain it to me. The whole place has to be streamlined.
Start with 2 of the accountants.
What do you want from me, then?
Not everyone has an agenda, Steve.
Just acknowledge the top guys.
Have a mimosa and relax.
You will not blow me off right now, Steve. The top guys...
There are no top guys, all right? On the Apple II team, there are no top guys. They're B players, and B players discourage the A players. And I want A players at Apple and not Dell.
They're not B players, and I'm a better
Less
judge of that.
than 90 days from insolvency, in part because somebody thought the Newton wasn't a box of garbage.
Goodbye. I'm quitting Apple.
Well, that's a joke, right?
No. I'm going back to college.
I'm talking about...
You guys designed and shipped a little box of garbage while I was gone.
I'm talking about the Apple II, which is not just a crucial part of this company's history, it is a crucial part of the history of personal computing.
Wise. Hey, what are you doing? I don't think it's such a good idea.
Look, all I'm doing now is being a brake pedal for you as you're heading for the wall.
The least you can do if you're going to downsize these people...
They're gonna live in the biggest houses of anyone on the unemployment
is to
line.
acknowledge them. Acknowledge them and the Apple II during this launch.
This is a new animal.
This whole place was built by the Apple II. You were built by the Apple II.
I can still remember when we were just kids. Back in your dad's garage. We just wanted to create cool toys for people like us. You remember that? No, it's not about people anymore for you. No, it's about the product. Last thing I want to do is connect the iMac
to the only successful product that this company has ever made. I'm sorry to be blunt, but that happens to be the truth.
It's ironic, isn't it? You chose Dylan, I chose the Beatles. Seems so backward now.
The Lisa was a failure. The Macintosh was a failure. I don't like talking like this. But I am tired of being Ringo when I know I was John.
Everybody loves Ringo.
And I'm tired of being patronized by you.
You think John became John by winning a raffle, Woz? You think he tricked somebody or hit George Harrison over the head? He was John because he was John.
He was John because he wrote Ticket to Ride. And I wrote the Apple II.
Worst of all, it's about yourself. If it weren't for me, you'd be the easiest day at Homestead High School.
These people live and die by your praise. So here's your chance. Acknowledge that something good happened that you weren't in the room for.
You're the beginning and end of your own world, Steve. And it's so small. So sad. And it's gotta be lonely. No.
Steve, do it. It's right. It's right.
Sorry, but no. I know you're gonna say that the product and the person need to be connected and all that, but it'll never be what you think it will. It just won't.
Let me put it another way. I don't think there's a man who's done more to advance the democratization that comes with personal computing than I have, but you've never had any respect for me. Now, why is that?
I'd at least consider the possibility that it's because you've never had any for me. I don't know what you think is going on, Steve, but I do. And it doesn't end well for you. And I'm not sticking around to watch.
You know, when people used to ask me what the difference was between me and Steve Jobs, I would say Steve was the big picture guy, and I liked a solid workbench. When people ask me what the difference is now, I say Steve's an asshole.
It's been a journey.
Your products are better than you are, brother.
That's the idea, brother. And knowing that, that's the difference. And for the record, I love what we did.
It's not binary. You can be decent and gifted at the same time.
I'm leaving, Steve.
Okay.
No, Steve. I'm leaving Apple. For good. Actually, I already did. I thought I should come back and tell you first.
Why?
We both knew this was coming for some time. I don't even remember the last time we talked.
What do you want from me, then?
Not everyone has an agenda, Steve.
Right.
You know, I can still remember when we were just kids, back in your dad's garage. No, we just wanted to create cool toys for people like us. You remember that? No, it's not about people anymore for you. No, it's about the product. Worst of all, it's about yourself. You're the beginning and end of your own world, Steve. And it's so small.
I was angry. You were saying things about the Apple II and the way you were treating the team.
Boss, you get a free pass for life. I gotta get back on stage. We got like 2 minutes of rehearsal time left.
Do you understand how condescending that just was? Well, maybe you don't.
I don't want to see you get dragged off.
I get a free pass for life from you. You give out the pass. You give them to me.
You're gonna have a stroke, little buddy.
What did you do? What did you do? Why has Lisa not heard of me?
Man, how many fourth graders have heard of you?
You can't write code. You're not an engineer. You're not a designer. You can't put a hammer to a nail. I built the circuit board. The graphical interface was stolen from Xerox PARC. Jeff Raskin was the leader of the Mac team before you threw him off his own project. Everything, someone else designed the box. So how come 10 times in a day, I read Steve Jobs as a genius? What do you do?
I play the orchestra. And you're a good musician. You sit right there. You're the best in your row.
I came here to clear the air. Do you know why I came here?
Can you just answer that?
I came here because you're gonna get killed. Your computer's gonna fail. You had a college and university advisory board telling you they need a powerful workstation for $2,000 to $3,000. You priced Next at $6,500, and that doesn't include the optional $3,000 hard drive, which people will discover isn't optional because the optical disc is too weak to do anything, and the $2,500 laser printer brings the total to $12,000, and in the entire world, you are the only person who cares that it's housed in a perfect cube. You're gonna get killed. And I came here to stand next to you while that happens, because that's what friends do. That's what men do. I don't need your pass. We go back, so don't talk to me like I'm other people. I'm the only one that knows that this guy here is someone you invented. I'm standing by you because that perfect cube, that does nothing, is about to be the single biggest failure in the history of personal computing.
Tell me something else I don't know.